Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Giggity, real name is Mark, and in today's video, we are going to be going over the top 10 most iconic maps in Call of Duty history because we just finished ranking every single Call of Duty multiplayer map in each Call of Duty game from worst to best, and I wanted to go over the 10 of all those games that really stood out as ones that I just freaking loved. The ones that I'm just like, yeah, those are probably the ones that are the best. Now, this is not a video on my personal opinion on which ones I enjoy the most. So this is a video on the ones that I think the rest of the community can like all remember, if that makes sense. They're iconic, and so what that means is they're just like, they're well known is the best way I can put it. And so that's the reason why that's what we're going to be going over today. But either way, I wanted to really quickly say absolute massive thank you for 80 plus subscribers at this point. I think we're probably at like 83 at this point by the making of this video. It's insane. You guys are blowing up the channel super fast, so I really appreciate it. We'll get into another sort of series, but right now we're in a downtime area because I'm kind of trying to think of another series to do. Obviously, there's the obvious one, ranking all guns in every Call of Duty game, obviously, right? That pops up. That's the first thing that pops into your mind, and it's the first thing that pops into my mind too. But I kind of want to save that, you know, for maybe in the future when we have a little bit more subscribers, a little bit more, you know, running for so that people can watch that video and enjoy it then, rather than right now when not that many people are watching the videos, if that makes any sense. I just wanted to kind of save it. But so yeah, so today we're in like a little bit of an off season, just gonna do a couple videos that might aren't really like related to each other in any way, just because I wanted to make and wanted to talk about. A song of the day is called The Way I Are by Timbaland. It's a white girl song, like a 13-year-old white girl song, but from back in the day. But dude, it's fire. First thing though, Timbaland, fix the name, because that's horrible grammar. It's not the way I are, it's the way I am, you big doofus. All right, that's what it is. But without further ado, let's go right into it with number 10, the top 10 most iconic maps in Call of Duty history. And coming in at the number 10 spot is going to be going to a bit of a hot take one, I think, Stakeout. Yeah, Stakeout from Black Ops 6, the gunfight map. I do think this is going to go down in history as one of the more iconic ones for multiple reasons. First of all, I think Black Ops 6 is definitely one of the more popular Call of Duties in the modern COD era. A lot of people were talking about this game when it first came out. A lot of people were talking about this game. And almost every one of the people that were talking about this game that ended up sticking with the game fell in love with Stakeout. It was like their favorite map in the game by far. There was like Stakeout 24/7 playlist, and when they were removed, people were like actually leaving the game because they couldn't stand playing any other map besides Stakeout. I do think it will go down in history as one of the most iconic maps. It's a guess. It's an investment, you know. I'm guessing for the future, and I don't want to sound horribly wrong here, but I do think it's going to. The reason why I'm putting it at number 10 though is, like I said, it's obviously hasn't been enough time to say whether or not it is yet. I forgot to mention in the intro, but yeah, if you guys have any ideas for what the next series you might want to see is, let me know in the comment section down below. I think the next series I'm probably going to do is ranking all prestige emblems in each Call of Duty, because I don't know why, I just really want to do that. I always love prestige emblems. They're a super big part of CODs in my opinion, and so I want to do that. I want to rank all the prestige emblems from worst to best. So that might be the series we do next, but I also want to do some more like T-Dog Smitty style videos. If you guys have ever heard of that guy before, ever watched his videos, he does like playing each Call of Duty but with a twist. Like he'll like do like playing each Call of Duty but with the best sniper or best SMG. I really want to do something like that, so I've been actually trying to level up all my Call of Duty accounts so I have every gun in the game, so I can do videos like that in the future. But yeah, just let me know. Either way, 9th place is Firing Range. Yeah, Firing Range is super iconic, but the unfortunate downside to Firing Range is it was released with the same game that released a obviously much more iconic map in it. So I feel like it's the second child, it's the forgotten child of the bunch, and unfortunately. And so I love Firing Range. It's absolutely incredible, and I actually personally like it better than the other map that was released in that game. But I do think the other map is much more iconic than it. And coming in at 8th place is going to be going to Hijacked. Hijacked is one of my favorite maps in Call of Duty history, and I think a lot of people would agree with me there. It was released in Black Ops 2 and was just a pure 100% just hit right out of the gate. Everybody loved it. It was like that game's Nuketown, and it was just incredible. I mean, there was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Hijacked was great. It's had a couple remasters, but not that much either, so it makes it, in my opinion, even more iconic when they don't remaster it 7,000 times, because it means that like the people that know about the map will talk about it all the time, be like, oh my god, this map was so great, and all the other, you know, youngins that have never played it before get to like fantasize over it, and it always works out greatly. They have remastered this map a couple times, though. I'm not trying to make it seem like there's only one ever instance of Hijacked. There's been other Hijacked, but just it's iconic. And coming in at the number 7 spot is going to Dome, but Dome from Modern Warfare 3, not Dome from World at War. I know Dome from World at War is also a very iconic map, but that is not on this list. I think the Modern Warfare 3 Dome is significantly more iconic, just because I think Call of Duty as a franchise, while it did start in Modern Warfare, in COD 4 and World at War, that's where it started to get its ground. I think it really took off in Modern Warfare 2. So I really think the maps from those two games aren't the most iconic compared to other more recent ones. And Dome was like peak Call of Duty. Like Modern Warfare 3 was like, that was like, they had a ridiculous amount of players on it at that point. So everybody remembers Dome. It was that game's small map, and it has been brought back multiple times yet again. And every single time it comes back, people love it. It is one of the ones where I never really truly understood it. If I'm being honest, I don't really get why people love the map so much. I love it. Don't get me wrong. It's a great map, but I don't understand why it's like so hyped up as it is. Coming in at number 6 spot is actually from the very first ever Call of Duty. Not really. It's COD 4, Modern Warfare, Crash. I know it's not the actual very first Call of Duty, but the first, like, true COD multiplayer experience. Crash is from Modern Warfare, and it has been remastered multiple times, and it is just such a simple map, but for some reason just works so well. I've always liked Crash, but it's definitely, again, it's another one of those maps where I really don't understand all the hype behind it. I listen, it's a fun freaking map, and it's a perfect like size too. I don't really understand why people go crazy for such small maps, but this works. It's a good map. It's fun and everything like that. And I think people just like the simplicity of it. It's just a 3-lane map, and it's got the Black Hawk Down reference in the middle, obviously with the crashed helicopter. It just worked really well, and people just kind of fell in love with it. Coming in at 5th place is actually going to another very modern Call of Duty map, and it's Shoot House from Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019. Yeah, it's been brought back already, I think twice, and people are already asking for it back again. Like, people love Shoot House, and it's so ironic too, because Shoot House, they never said it was like this, but I guarantee this is what it was like. When Modern Warfare 2019 dropped, everybody complained about the maps like crazy. Nobody liked the maps in Modern Warfare 2019. They were horrible. Like, everybody puts rose-tinted glasses on when it comes to Modern Warfare 2019 because of maps like Shoot House and Shipment and Rust being added into that game. And because those maps were added in, it was finally fun again with 6v6s. But up until that point, the maps were horrible. So everybody was like, can we just get a 3-lane map? And so I feel like, honestly, what Call of Duty did was they released Shoot House as like a middle finger to try and prove us wrong, because I guarantee they were probably thinking to themselves, they're going to hate this map. They're not going to like it. And then we fell in love with it. Shoot House was awesome. Shoot House is just so simple. A 3-lane, simple map with close range combat, long range combat, medium range combat, all throughout the map, no matter what you do. Very hard to camp. Even in that top window there, it's very easy to get picked off that top window. It's such a good map. 4th place is going to, in my opinion, one of the most overrated Call of Duty maps of all time. I'm not even afraid to admit that, not in the slightest bit. Terminal, I really honestly do not understand why people love this map so freaking much. I don't get it. I really don't. I don't understand. But I would say it's the 4th most iconic Call of Duty map of all time. Almost everybody knows what Terminal is. I was gonna say and for good reason, but I honestly don't know what the reason is. Dude, I don't get it. I think High Rise is so much better than Terminal. I don't know why Modern Warfare 2 Terminal wasn't one that stuck out to everybody and they loved it. It's a good map. Don't get me. I'm not saying it's a bad map. I'm not saying like I don't want to play on Terminal. I just like don't understand why everybody loves it so freaking much. The setting's pretty cool, I guess. You know, fighting in the airplane, that was cool, and fighting at an airport is cool. I guess maybe that's what really carried it. But the layout of the map and like the design style of the map, or not design, but because the design was cool, like I said, but the layout of the map and the way it just played, it never felt like special or anything. I don't really get why everybody loves it so much, but they do. So here it is at number 4. Coming in at 3rd place is a map that I personally don't really care for too much, but this one I do understand why people love it. It's Rust. Rust is, yeah, I mean, it's Rust, man. Rust 1v1s. 1v1 me on Rust, bro. Like, it's literally like the 1v1 map of all time. It's stupidly iconic. And the reason why is it's small. That's the main reason. It's a small, pretty wide open map. Call of Duty players love small, wide open maps, and honestly, I do too. I like smaller maps for sure. Not for Search and Destroy. I think for Search and Destroy, a bigger map works a lot better, obviously, but for regular game modes, yeah, smaller maps is a lot of fun, and Rust is that version in Modern Warfare 2. This one makes sense though. Like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of it. I just don't really like the colors of Rust. When I'm playing on Rust, it's like a gross, like I just feel depressed. Like I don't feel excited to play. The colors are just so boring. I don't really care for it too much. But again, I understand why people are loving it, and I understand why it is the 3rd most iconic map of all time. A lot of people might think this deserves number 1, but dude, I think you're forgetting about 2 very important maps. Coming in at 2nd place, it's Shipment. I believe Shipment has been remastered the most amount of times of any Call of Duty map ever. It was in, obviously, the original COD 4 Modern Warfare, and then it was remastered in COD Ghosts. It was remastered in IW. No, actually, I don't think it was remastered in IW, but it was remastered in Black Ops or World War II, I want to say. Then it was remastered in Modern Warfare 2019, and pretty much every single Call of Duty since Modern Warfare 2019 has had Shipment in it. I actually think World War II had it too as well. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it did. This map has been remastered a ridiculous amount of times that it is so unbelievably boring to play on now, in my opinion. It is still like, yeah, this is such an iconic map. It is the most iconic small map of all time. Like, it's literally just a square, and you're fighting in a big square. That's all it is. And not even big. I said big square. It was a small square. You're fighting in a small square, and that's why people loved it. It was non-stop combat, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and people loved that. They just fell in love with that. It's easy to get streaks, easy to get camos or whatever it may be, and so people do love Shipment, and it's in my opinion definitely the second most iconic map in the game, in the history of Call of Duty, but it's 110% not the second best map ever made. Honorable mention time, however, because I did want to include this, but it doesn't deserve to be on the list for the same reason the others deserve to be on the list. It's Stonehaven. Stonehaven is on this list for a completely other reason than any of the other maps. All the other maps are pretty much on this list because everybody loved them. Stonehaven is on this list because everybody hated it. Everybody freaking that played Call of Duty Ghosts hated Stonehaven. We all were talking so much trash about it back then, and we still to this day are like, yeah, Stonehaven freaking sucks. And so that's the reason why I'm putting it on this list. I don't think it deserved to be on the regular list, and that's why it's getting an honorable mention, but it's just so hilarious how, like, iconically bad this map was. But first place, and a surprise to probably nobody, I was about to say if you've played Call of Duty once in your lifetime, but honestly, you didn't even have to play Call of Duty to know what this map is at this point. That's how iconic it is. It's Nuketown. Again, if you've never even played Call of Duty before, as long as you've played video games before, or as long as you have a YouTube account and you watch YouTube videos, I guarantee you know what Nuketown is. It is the Call of Duty map. It has been remastered in every single Call of Duty Black Ops game ever, and it was even remastered, I believe, in a couple of other games that weren't Treyarch Black Ops games. And so it's unbelievable how many times Nuketown has been remastered and played over and over and over again. It's another one of the maps where I'm starting to get a little bored of it there, Call of Duty, because it's in every single one of your freaking games, so it's like, it's a little boring to just play it all the time, but it is Nuketown. It's just unbelievably iconic. It's never going to be beat. There will never be another Call of Duty map that will be more iconic than Nuketown. It won't happen. It's impossible at this point because Call of Duty is so late into its life cycle. It's starting to die at this point. It's not in its peak anymore, and I don't think it ever will be in its peak anymore. And even if it does get into its peak again, like a new peak, they're just going to release another Nuketown, and people will love that. But ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of today's video of the top 10 most iconic maps in Call of Duty history. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. Let me know what other videos I'd like to see in the comment section down below. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, guys, we are trying to get into more another series to do. I do like doing the ranking all sort of series, but I'm just trying to think about what would be the best idea for the channel. I think the best idea is personally to go with like something like the prestige emblems, because I think if I use all the good ideas, which one of the great ideas is obviously ranking all the guns, if I use that fast, if I use that like right now, then it obviously will be like when my channel gets to like, let's say 1,000 subscribers, like let's say it gets to that point or something, right? Well, if it gets to that point, well, I already did all the good ideas. I'm ranking all maps, ranking all guns. Those are already done. So now it's like, well, what content do I have for the subscribers when my channel's at its quote-unquote peak? You know what I'm saying? So I think we're probably gonna do the ranking all prestige emblems. I also think that's just a fun idea, like that nobody else really does anyways. So I don't know. I hope you guys like it. And in the long run, I hope you guys enjoy that series. But also let me know in the comment section what game. And somebody that's like smarter than I am, because I was just trying to think off the top of my head, and I don't write scripts. As you guys know, I'm horrible at writing scripts, so I don't write scripts. So I was just trying to think off the top of my head. But which map do you think has actually been remastered the most amount of times? I would be willing to bet it's Shipment, but it could definitely be Nuketown. Nuketown has been in 7 Call of Duties, I want to say, and I don't know if Shipment has been in 7. I know it's been in a lot, especially a lot of the modern ones, but not in the early ones. Like it wasn't in Modern Warfare 3, it wasn't in Modern Warfare 2, it was just in COD 4, and then Ghosts had it, but then after that it wasn't in the game for a long time again. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, or not think, but let me know which one has been remastered more. I'd be interested to know. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. Das Vidania, and have a nice night.